came to me and she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, "At least we don't have to keep pretending we like Hannah." Always a silver lining. So I saw a study that said that birth control increases a woman's risk of depression. And I don't know about that because I had good times when I was on birth control. But I'm too old for it now. I'm in my 40s. And I was dating a man who's in his 20s. And he was really ambitious. And it was cute because he wasn't all beaten down by life yet. But we had a condom mishap. And he said, "I'll just go get some Plan B." And I said, "I'm not taking Plan B. This could be my last chance to have a baby." And I saw all of his hopes and dreams drain from his face. And I don't know if he died or if he moved. But I never heard from him again. So I guess that's Plan C. Plan C ya. So I was dating a married man, and he moved with his family to a different house. And I was excited about the move because at the old house he would have to pick me up, drive me through alleys, and sneak me through the back door so the neighbors wouldn't see. But at the new house I parked in the driveway and walked through the front door. And the neighbors didn't know I didn't belong there. New beginnings for everyone at the new house. But there was a time when he had stuff at both houses, so he called his wife and said he was going to be late getting home because he had to pick up some stuff. So I met him at the old house. But I think she was still suspicious because he was 3 hours late getting home, and all he brought back from the old house was an armload of cummy blankets and another case of cracks. So I like to dye my hair. I'm naturally a blonde, but I like to dye it red. And I started dyeing my hair back when I was married. And my husband would complain, and he'd say, "I married a blonde." And I would say, "I married a man who could get his dick hard." Things change. Get over it. So we've been divorced for about 15 years. And I've been dating this guy for like 10 years. And last time I saw him, he had just gotten a message from his last ex before me. And she sent a picture, and he showed it to me and said, "Isn't she pretty?" And she was pretty. But he hasn't aged as well in 10 years. So I said, "Why don't you send her a current picture of yourself so this bitch can move on?" He looks like David Crosby, but like David Crosby 48 hours post-mortem. So I'm not worried about bitches from the past popping up. So I grew up Catholic, but I don't do anything Catholic anymore except participate in Lent because giving up stuff is fun. This year for Lent, I gave up having boundaries. And I had the time of my life. I only cheated on it once. I was with this guy, and he said, "If you gave up having boundaries, then we can do anal." And I said, "No, sorry, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I'm going to keep my anal sphincter boundary." And that's my time. My name is Sarah Williams.
Hey gang, how we doing? All right, happy to be here. So happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Does this look normal to you guys? This stance look confident? Does everybody? You guys feel like this is a good way to do it? The stand-up thing? I never know how to stand when I do stand-up. How's this? Is this better? Is that better for you guys? What if I did more like something like that? Yeah, that's it. Shoulders back. Hell yeah, that's it. I used to do this thing when I first started doing stand-up. It's absolutely true. I used to do this thing where I take the mic stand in my hand and I'd be telling jokes and I would just be doing this the whole time. I swear to God. Somebody had to pull me off stage and were like, "Why are you stroking the mic stand? What are you doing? Are you jerking off the mic stand?" My subconscious, it gets a hold of me when I'm up there. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyways. All right. Enough. We're done with that. Let's get into it. We're going to get into it right now. I think that Republican kids had way better childhoods than Democrat kids. I feel that. Anybody in here raised Democratic? Anybody in here have Democrat parents? Couple of you guys? You guys probably still talk to your parents, right? Couple of you guys? Good for you. Yeah, you get it. You know, not all of us, unfortunately. Democrat kids, or Republican kids, what do they get? You know what I mean with their kids? They get dirt bikes, all right? They get to go to the Boy Scouts, all right? They get tree houses in the backyard. What do Democrat kids get, huh? They get antidepressants and fucking, they have to eat organic. That's how they get it. That's their childhood, all right? They're all antisocial. That's how that works. If you're a Republican kid, you're raised Republican, you get to learn how to like change a tire, fix a truck, right? That kind of stuff, learn new things like that. If you're a Democrat kid, you learn your sexuality on chat roulette. That's how they do it. That's how it comes around to it. Oh, you're familiar. Republican kids, they get like family dogs and cool stuff, you know. Democrat kids, they all have peanut allergies, things like that. It's not fair. If you want your kid to have a good childhood, is what I'm saying, vote red this election. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Or just buy him a paintball gun, you know? Something like that, you know, dirt bike, paintball guns, anything to keep you from being the victim of the next SoundCloud diss track, you know what I mean? Alright, that's cool. I was raised by liberal parents, and I'm a comedian, so that's how that turned out. So that's fun, yeah. I was also, I was raised poor. Anybody else in here raised poor? A couple of you guys? No, raised poor? Losers, all of us. Poor is not a great word to say. I should say poor. I was later told that the way I was raised is more like hood rich. That's kind of how that works. I was hood rich, you know what I mean? Like, my family made just enough money to not seem poor, you know? But, yeah, that's how that goes, you know? Like, I lived in a trailer park my entire childhood, right? Trailer park the whole time. But it was the classiest, fanciest trailer in that park. That's all I know. It was. 2-car garage on my trailer. You've never seen that before. I'm telling you. Every other person living in that trailer park, they drive past my trailer and look at it and be like, one day I'm going to get me one of them. I don't know why they sounded southern. I'm from Detroit, so I like it better that way when they sound like that. We didn't start poor, my family. I must tell you, we did not start poor, all right? My family's just very bad with money. My dad in particular sucks at money. Bad at it, all right? He was really into stocks when I was young. You guys remember Enron? Anybody in here? Enron? Yeah. There goes my college funds. So, being poor, it's funny. It's almost genetic being poor because it kind of runs in the family a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I was poor growing up. My parents were poor, and now I'm poor. Isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting how that follows you? The poorness. That's fun. I'm an impulse buyer. That's my bad thing. Anybody else in here impulse buyers? Both of you guys? Exciting. Come to the meetings every Tuesday. We'll be there. It'll be fun. I'm an impulse buyer. I do this thing that I think is going to save me when I'm impulse buying. Like, if I'm out shopping and I see something on my impulse buy, if I can muster up the discipline not to buy it, I will then reward myself by buying something else. That's what I do. Like, Tyler, I know that you wanted that June bug you found out about 5 minutes ago. But you didn't go through with it. I'm proud of you. Why don't you get yourself a pair of roller skates? On me. You're wearing those. That's how I'm broke now. One time I impulse bought a parakeet one time. I swear to God, I impulse bought a parakeet. They're half off on Black Friday at PetSmart. Just so you know. I was like, yeah, I'll raise a bird, and he's not around no more. That's my fault. That's not me. That's okay. I don't want to be rich. I'll never be rich. I know it. Okay, I'm not going to be rich. I get it. That's fine. I don't want to be rich. It seems exhausting. I don't want to be rich. I do just want to have enough money to where it makes sense to get a financial advisor. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I want to be in life, right? You can get one. They're available. You don't have to be rich to have a financial advisor. But I feel like my financial advisor wouldn't have a lot going on. You know what I mean? He'd be like, hey, Tyler. He'd call me. He'd be like, Tyler, you've got $321 between 3 bank accounts. And I don't know what you want me to do about it. I make $14 an hour at my day job. He'd be getting 11 of those, I think. So not a wise investment by my standards, guys. Not a wise investment by his. What else do we want to talk about while I'm up here for a minute? There's a lot of things that you can't say these days in our progressive time, and I think that's a good thing. It's good. There's a lot of things you're not allowed to say. There are some things that I'm not sure that you're not allowed to say them. You know, sometimes you say something you don't realize you're not allowed to say anymore. For example, I was at work the other day, and I just said in conversation to one of my coworkers, I said, I got chipped. You're not allowed to say, I got chipped. My coworker looked at me and said, you can't say chipped. You're not allowed to say chipped anymore. That's wrong. It's offensive to gypsies. You can't say chipped. I said, oh, you can't say chipped. It's offensive to gypsies. Well, that's just another fucking thing they stole from us, right, guys? Oh, God, you disgust me. You people. gross. That's a gross joke. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I won't do that no. Who likes to party? Anybody here like to party? Yeah? You guys want to party? Come on. Some of you want to party? Alright, let's talk about God for a little bit. Let's get into it. I just want to preface by saying I've never been to church in my life. Never been to church in my life. That surprised a lot of people because I look like the type of guy who builds them in third world countries. But never been to church. Never gone. I've been inside churches, you know what I mean? But that's always for like other stuff, like private events and things like that. I've never been to the, I don't know what you call them, the ceremonies. What are you doing there? The rituals, mass. It's called mass or something. I've never been to the sacrifices. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure what's going on there. But never gone to church. I'm not like anti-religious or anything like that. If you go to church, that's great. I'm just too busy. Honestly, I'm just too busy. I'm a student. I have a full-time job. I'm trying to balance comedy every night. I got a relationship, social life, that kind of thing. Too tight a schedule to be religious, and I'm not waking up early on the weekend, guys. It's not happening. No. Refuse to do it. Same reason I won't do psychedelics, actually. Exact same reason. Do you ever talk to people who do psychedelics? They always have the same thing to say. Like, oh, I had that, you know, people take like ayahuasca. They're like, oh, I had these spiritual experiences. Or people who take a lot of mushrooms, like, I met God. If I like drop acid and I find the meaning of life, I'm fucked. I'm screwed. I can't do it. Right? I gotta redo my whole calendar. Cancel doctor's appointments. It's unfair, right? Any omnipotent connection, anything like that. Doesn't have to be like a regular religion, any omnipotent connection just throws a wrench my whole operation. I gotta get like a closet shrine, those kinds of things, you know? Trying to get like gotta find a guy who sells those necklaces, you know, the ones? Those things. Not into it. If you're into psychedelics, if you like smoke DMT and find yourself, that's cool. You do that. It's just not for me, I know it, you know? Like I've tried them, that's cool. You're not gonna come up to me after the show and be like, hey man, you wanna drop acid and see what it's like to go to hell? I'm gonna say, no! I've got reservations at the Olive Garden. Party of 8, you gotta call ahead. That's the rule. Right? That's the rule. But, yeah. I'm not to it. I've done psychedelics, they're not for me, you know? And again, if you talk to people who do psychedelics, they always say the same thing, right? They always say like, oh, you had a bad trip, you know? You just didn't like, you had a bad trip. You gotta do more, higher dosage, find yourself, make that breakthrough. You're like, no, I know I don't like it, that's fine. I don't need to do it. I don't need that, right? It's like if somebody was like, hey man, you ever punch concrete? Yeah, punch concrete. Well, you gotta keep punching concrete. That way it won't hurt so bad next time you have to punch concrete. This guy likes me. I don't have to do it, alright? I had a bad trip on mushrooms one time. I'll tell you the story, okay? Quick story, and then I'll get out of here, alright? I took mushrooms and I convinced myself I was a cow. That happened. Convinced myself I was a cow. Every time I spoke, I just said moo. Everyone around me was trying to steal my milk. That's not fun. Some guy had to feed me Doritos in an unfinished basement because I had hoops for hands then. So I don't know what the spirit world was trying to tell me by that interaction, but I don't think that's what I'm about to say. Okay? I don't need to know, right? I don't need to chase that dragon, as they say. That cow-shaped dragon, right? But, again, if you talk to people who do psychedelics, like, oh, you gotta love psychedelics. They're just like therapy. They're better than therapy. They're just like therapy. You know what's like therapy? Therapy, right? Clearly, those are the people who need them because they think they can talk to aliens and they fucking have a drug problem. Anyways, that's why I don't go to church. Thanks, guys. I'm Tyler.
Started off on the wrong side of the bed today. It was a rough morning. I woke up to a text message from my barber, because I'm good friends with him. He hits me up and goes, hey Carl, can you come in today for a free haircut? It's for a photo shoot. I was like, I can't, kind of busy. He goes, no problem. A little bit later in the morning, I see a post of his on Facebook. It says, looking for a male receding hairline for a photo shoot. I was like, fuck. He can't mean me, right? Then I looked in the comment section, my girlfriend tagged me in it. It doesn't mean me, that sucked, yeah. So, got that going, it's cool. Tried to donate blood recently. I got to the blood bank and I did all like the questionnaires, and then before they draw, they check your blood pressure. He was like, boy, your blood pressure is way too high, we can't take your blood. And I was like, you're telling me my blood pressure is too high to take blood out? Fucking just takes them out. That'll lower it right there. You can't do that. I'm like, fucking draw my blood, boy. Like, it was just, it's frustrating. So that's how I learned I have high blood pressure, so. Where's my little cynical people at? Really? That's statistically impossible. I see the crowd, okay? Fuck you guys then. I don't know. That shit really, the cynical makes me calm. But yeah, I got high blood pressure, I'm falling, I got fucked up teeth. That's not new. That's just, I was born with it. My parents, they gave me the option, like, you could get braces or a dirt bike. I'll take an overbite and a Yamaha stab. That's what I ended up with. Yeah. My parents, they were cool giving us, like, let us make our own choices, but then they also had tons of rules. And some of the rules I understood. You know, we were kids, we needed rules. You know, like no cussing, no running in the house with shoes on, and definitely no smoking without an ashtray. Youngsters make messes, I know that. Some of the rules I was not a fan of. One of them was no sugary food or drink allowed in the house whatsoever. Meaning if I wanted to drink some soda or snort some pixie sticks, I would have to sneak those home from school and do it in my closet with my sister by the door, like a prison lookout. I'd be like in there just having the greatest time, and all of a sudden I'd hear the, oh shit, and then my dad's like, let me do a bump, and then like, had to hide the contraband. That rule sucked. The other rule I hated, this one sucked the most. It was no video games or movies unless they were educational. So, yeah, all my friends are at home playing games like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. I'm at home playing the great games like Math Blaster. Fun. Type to learn? Yeah, that'll be great. We don't have typewriters in the future. Ultimate Bible Master. Yeah. You want to help Noah fill his ark? Solve this long division. 863 divided by 13 equals, fuck it, we're not going to have giraffes. Missed that boat. And her rules, like my mom's rules went everywhere with me. Like I remember one time I got to go to a roller skating party at school, and like she was like, you can go, but you have to wear a helmet. I'll repeat, I had to wear a fucking helmet at a school function, okay? Even the helmet kids left their helmets home. I was the only one rocking a helmet. I got made fun of by kids with bowl cuts. Like, that's not right at all. I deserved it, but still. And you're probably thinking, just take the helmet off when you get there. No, the fucking conniving asshole put duct tape on the class. So she would know if I took it off. So that's fucked up. It sucks for what? So I get there, and I'm like skating around, like trying to skate around. I wasn't the strongest skater. This was my first rodeo, as they say. And I'm like falling half the time. And then I started learning that they have special skates for special songs. So like they would play the Jitterbug by George Michael. And everybody lay on the ground, flail around on the ground like they're a jitterbug. I just got up and falling. So I'm like, fuck that. Like, no, I'm not going to do the jitterbug dance. Like, no, I'm rolling over fingers, kicking ribs. I'm like, get up, man, you need a helmet. You're falling too much. Like, I was like, I don't know what's going on. That sucked. And then the one part that I hated the most, the strip club DJ guy comes across the intercom and he's like, all right, kids, time for couple skate. Grab your significant other and skate around. My lonely ass is on the far end, clinging to the wall and my life depends on it, like a ship's going down. And I'm like, so they have this referee guy, he skates around making sure no one's like skating dangerously or has any like sodas on the rink. I think he was talking about my mom. Yeah. He like skates up to me, and he's got his one main job is to make sure there's no lonely assholes on the rink during double skate. He took that part very seriously. He skates up to me backwards, which that's just fucking witchcraft. Oh, is that some inward fart motion that I have yet to master? He's like, backward. He goes up and he's like, hey man, you gotta get off the rink, you're really killing the vibe. I was like, yeah, I get that. I don't want to be here. I want to be home playing Math Blaster. That's way better. He goes, no problem. I'll pull you off, just grab my belt. I'm like, all right. Grab this guy's belt. Look, I'm trying to steal his pants. Just getting wheeled off to Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Just fucking asshole. I got so much shit at school. Next week, I swear it was calling me Helmet Hero, Roller Derby, fucking virgin. Like, it sucked. I didn't know being a virgin meant. Like, I just didn't know. So one time I went to the bar with my parents, because that's when they could hang out with each other and stand it. And one of my mom's friends ordered a virgin daiquiri. I go, oh, what's that? She goes, Carl, it's a daiquiri. There's no alcohol in it. That makes it a virgin. I'm like, oh, that's what that means. Yeah, I'm totally there. I get it. I'm a virgin. I never drank. So fast forward to when I was 14 years old, I went to my cousin's wedding. My dad bought me a beer. So I drank it. Why wouldn't? And I was in my head like, I can't wait till Monday. Till everyone at school is good news. I walk in on Monday, I kick the door open, fucking doves, and I'm like, you guys aren't gonna believe what the fuck happened. And they're like, what? And I was like, my virginity? Fucking lost it. They're like, no way, how? And I was like, bartender at my cousin's wedding. They're like, no way, that's sick, how was it? And I was like, it tasted funny. I threw up afterwards, but it was mostly head. I don't know what he was doing. Word got around school. It's like, no more Helmet Hero, no more roller derby. Now it's Carl the goddamn legend. Carl the bartender fucker, you know? That word got all the way around school, and it landed in the one place you don't want that to land, the principal's office. I get called in there with both my parents, like Mr. and Mrs. Soul, Carl, listening, everybody who lost virginity to a bartender. My mom was upset, to say the least. She was ready to beat my ass in front of everybody. And then I said, Mom, don't worry, calm down. Dad was there. He paid for it. All right. Hey, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. My name's Charles Taylor. It was Ryan.
The thing about this is, I can't turn it off. I can't. This is me all the time. Like, if you know me, this is it. This is the same shit. This is just the way I act all the time. So I fuck with people constantly. Like, it's like, that's what I love to do. It's like what gets me through life. I mean, I don't even lie. It is like, yeah, I fuck with my kids because, you know, they're vulnerable because they trust me. So I fuck with them. I got the last one at the house, you know, he's 16. He's my wife's son, but I've been knowing him. He remembered me from the beginning because he was only 4 when I met him. And so, you know, I've been his like the whole time. And, you know, he's 16, good-looking kid, man. He's a stud. But this fucker, you know, he's going out on his first date and shit. My daughter called, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, Dad, we're just about to take this dude out on his first date. We're going to drop him off at the movies with a girl. My daughter's like, oh, shit, for real? I'm like, yeah. This guy's big shit, you know, he's 16. First date. She's like, did you have to talk with him? I said, of course I had to talk with him. Gotta have to talk with him. I had that talk with him a long time ago. She was like, well, what did you tell him? I said, I told him what I always tell him. Don't try to get that extra stroke because it never works. It never works. Every time you try to get that one more, you're going to come inside. Don't do that. Pull that bitch out before that. She said, I know you ain't no, don't move. Don't move. Oh. I almost fucked up. She's like, I thought you said, no, I didn't even move. I said, you breathe. Breathe.